What are you seeing as you go and you sit out there now? I know you're from the Vietnam era, and by the way, welcome home.
Thank you.
You're
That's
welcome.
very sweet.
What are you seeing as the the Iraq War returned, the veterans returning? Are they being treated differently, do you think, than you were, or are they suffering similar issues, or
I think
are they different?
It's a really good question, and it was, again, something I didn't know the answer to. So instead of formulating my own thoughts, I went and talked to some very good friends of ours who had a son in the Marine Corps, and he had come back from Iraq, and he had a very difficult time staying out of the Marine Corps. And that's a phenomenon that is very, very common with veterans. I almost went back in. I'd been out for just a short time, and if I hadn't met a young woman, if we hadn't fallen in love and started a family and life moved on, I would have gone back in, because I had the sense that they needed me. One less set of eyes, one less rifle, one less vigilant person, one less person to protect the group and forward the objectives, which I thought at the time were righteous, principled objectives.
Right.
That was a reduction and a risk to the people that I loved and care about. So I met Oliver. And Oliver, young man, we went to lunch, and this returning Marine veteran who had had dramatically different experiences in his life than I had, did not know me. We were reconnected 5 minutes. And he was talking to me about things that were in his heart and mind that he was struggling with, and I knew exactly what he was talking about. And I could share my own perspective and what I had learned in the intervening decades. But he was struggling with, they need me. My outfit is still there. How do I know how they are? As I sit here in Seattle in a restaurant, how do I know that they're okay? I need to be there, etc. And he had parents that were trying to help him shape his future, and he felt sort of morally, ethically, in terms of his own principles, that he was abandoning his brothers and abandoning his sister, abandoning his, not his family, not his biological family,
Right.
but the family
His
that he had
military
become
family.
so bonded with in such a unique way. And I think he still struggles with that. So as I talked to him, I saw a lot of the same issues. I also saw something I was not sensitive to at all in my own life, and that was the difficulty integrating back in, to the economy, to civilian employment, to education, when you are fundamentally different than you were when you went away. And that was a big issue for him as well. So I found much more commonality than I found differences among us.
I really wish we had more time. I have 1,000,004 questions. Will you please come back?
Oh, I'd love to. Sure.
Okay, I'd love to have you guys come back when we have a little bit more time. The organization, I mean, obviously, if you can't get it through the radio, you don't have a heart, because you can certainly sense and feel your passion around using what you have to help people in need, and specifically the veterans. Tomorrow we are honoring our veterans, so please give a shout out to your veterans and give a moment for those that were not able to return, but definitely think about your veterans. And again, your website is www.theadvocatesguild.org. And please, I encourage you, if you know a veteran in need, or are a veteran yourself, I looked at it, there's a place for connection there, a place for discussion, not just about legal issues, but about all kinds of issues.
Right.
So bless you for what you're trying to accomplish.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for having us on.
Absolutely. Thank you, Michelle, for coming on, your wonderful support for Jerry. So it's so great to, and we both are in the Valley together, and I just love helping, so this is great. You are listening to Walk the Talk with Kim. Next week we're going to have Leanne Moss from Women's Funding Alliance joining us, and that should be a really great show as well. So thank you for listening. This is Kim Ariano, and you're listening to Walk the Talk with Kim. Have a wonderful day, and please support your local veterans.